All right, hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be leading class today. We get to be here in St. George, Utah. Grateful for the beautiful backdrop and blue skies. We're going to be doing some work down on the floor in our first series, and then we have 2 circuits today. In the second one, there will be an option if you are confident using the bands for some banded walk work, and it's easy for you to get in and out of the bands. It'll be the first part of our second series, and we'll just be 2 circuits today. In the meantime, let's go ahead and come on up to standing. We'll do a couple of cycles of some breathing, some stretching, and then we'll get going down to the mat. All right, we're gonna do our spinal cord breathing to start. Go ahead and set your feet just underneath those hips. Check on in with your toes. We want all 10 toes pointing straight forward. Check in with your belly. Are we arched in the back? We wanna tuck the hips under, kind of pull the belly button in towards the spine. And then go ahead and establish a nice soft bend in the knees that you're going to look to hold throughout the breathing here. When you're ready to breathe in, we're going to circle the arms up and around. Bring your palms, forearms, elbows together, and then breathe out. Pull your hips under you. Tuck your chin down, arms to the chest. And then we're going to open as we breathe in. Circle those arms. Lift the heart and chest to the sky. Gently lift your head towards the sky and squeeze the glutes. Exhale, tuck it down and in. Chin to the chest. Cleansing nice deep breaths as you lift and open, looking to hold that soft bend in the knees, squeeze those shoulders back. Exhale, close it down and in. We're going to go 3 more times after this. And everyone's breathing pattern is going to be a little bit different, so just find what works for you. Trying to elongate the breath slightly. Two more cycles. Nice circular pattern. Spread those fingers nice and wide also. Open the palms. Good. One more time through. Lift and open. Protecting that back. Good. On this next exhale, your last one, breathe as much air out as you can. When you're ready to breathe in, just relax those arms down. Come up to standing, and then we're going to walk the feet just a little bit wider. Soft bend in those knees. We're going to reach straight up to the sky, and then we'll go into our snow globe toe touches. Nice circular patterns here. Reaching down for the floor, just flowing through. 2 to 3 times each direction. Again, as you come to overhead, fire the backside. Kind of try to look for the ceiling or sky slightly behind you. And then after 3, go ahead and switch directions. Same thing other way.
Yeah.
I think I forgot to mute you all. I apologize. 1 second. All right, there we go. Close these reminders. Great job. Good flow through that other side. When you finish 3 times both directions, bring your feet just a little bit wider still behind the back stretch next. Bend down into the knees, interlace the hands, extend those elbows. Pull the shoulders back, ribs tucked down. Lifting the arms up, then you can take it into that forward fold with the bend in the knees. Send those hips back. Pull the arms straight up and over the torso. And then breathe into the back here. 2 to 3 breaths. You pull that chin to the chest, allow the head to be a little heavy. On that next inhale, come on up. Whew, very nice. All right, from here, we're going to start to make our way down to the mat. Down to all fours to begin. We don't have too much support on our hands today, so we'll just do a brief warm up for those forearms and wrists. Per normal, we're going to go palms down, rotate those fingers in towards you, draw the abdomen in, and just gently lean back. As you lean back here, you can stay there, add a little side rock to it. Very good. Shaking the wrist out for a moment, coming off the heel, shake them out. Very nice. And then we're going to go come back down, place those hands, fingers pointing away underneath the shoulders. We're going to go about 3 cycles of a cat-cow here. Just get a little bit more movement through the spine. So exhale, chin to the chest, lifting up to those shoulder blades. Inhale, Soft arch in that low back. Gently lift the head, looking straight forward. Very good. Twice more there. Exhale, pushing through. Draw that chin in. Inhale, soft arch, pulling the shoulders down the rib cage. One more time. Very good. Then when you're ready, toes together, knees divide, and let's take a moment back in child's position. Rocking the hips straight back, lowering that head down between the arms. All right, from here, we're gonna get going into our first circuit, some midline work. We'll be starting with a forearm plank. And when I roll you onto the back, instead of jumping right into the glute bridge work, we're gonna stretch out that low back a little bit before we get started. But first, we've got forearm plank, and we'll be all the way on our belly for some lying flies. Anyone's got anything going on, they can't lay down on their stomach comfortably, you can do the band pull aparts here. On the second exercise, looking to activate that mid back. Otherwise, forearm plank, and we're gonna go 4 rounds of this. I'll give you a different variation each time, but for now, just straight plank. So come on down to the forearms, set the feet just about hip width apart, and 2, 1, here we go. Working for 30 seconds here. Stay as level as you can through the hips and shoulders, pulling the belly in, and then chin neutral, looking straight down between those forearms. Common things we see here is the hips dropping down, so keep those hips level. 10 seconds left. Come down to the stomach next. Very nice. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead and come on down. As you lie on your stomach, you're going to turn your palms up towards the ceiling, legs extended behind you, chin in. You're going to look straight down towards your mat. And then when you're ready, it's going to lift the front part of your body up, lift those hands up, spread the fingers wide, push the palms up towards the sky, drawing the chin in, and squeeze the glutes. If you'd like to lift the feet off the ground, you're welcome to. We're really looking for no pinching in the back, and try to lengthen your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Anytime you need a break, just come back down and then lift back up when you can. Chin in and squeeze. We're working for 30 seconds on these intervals. 2, 1, and rest. Great job. Now we roll onto our back. And as mentioned, we'll go into our double kneaded chest first, loosen up that low back a bit more, and then we have glute bridges. So as you roll over, rest the head back and just gently rock your body side to side with those legs tucked into the chest. Very good. Just like that forearm plank, we're going to have a different variation to choose from each time. But first round, just a traditional glute bridge with the knees bent. Place the feet flat. You can pull those shoulders back and down, get a better setup position. Palms either flat on the floor or on the front of the hips. When you're ready, gradually roll those hips back and into the mat. Start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling or sky, keeping the knees driving wide. Very nice. Holding for a breath or two and then lowering it on down. Find that rhythm. Chin in, hips lifted. Similar to the lying flies, we don't want to feel like we're pinching into our low back or the front of the hips this time. So think about extending or staying long through the low back as you lift up. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're going to add in an extra low back stretch. 2 knee twists, both legs come up and together. Arms are wide to the side. We'll just gradually bring the legs across. Hug them in, bring them to the other side. Turn the head, looking over your opposite shoulder. About one more time on each side, and then we roll it back over for our forearm plank. Very good. All right, 20 seconds till we start set 2. This time as we get into that forearm plank, if it's challenging to hold that 30 seconds off your toes, please just focus on that standard forearm plank. If you want to add in some variations on set 1, we'll turn it into a hip rock, or set 2 rather, where you're going to rock the hips, not all the way down to the floor, but just a side to side motion, firing through the midline. 3, 2, 1. Here we go into that plank. Option to gradually rock the hips side to side. Make sure the hips don't fall in towards the floor. Good. Come check y'all out a little bit more. Halfway through. Nice, Diane. Just hold that nice level plank. Looks good, Jean. Yep. There you go, Sharon. Great to have you. All right, 5 seconds. Keep holding strong. And 3, 2, 1. Back to your stomachs. Similar to set 1, you can either stick with that lying fly position or we can take it into our swimmers. It's going to be a little bit more advanced. You'll hold that posture and move the upper body. Palms up towards the ceiling. Rotate palms down as you reach overhead. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we're activating that back side. Chin pulled in. Anytime you need a rest, you just lay yourself down and then a nice strong breath in as you lift it all back up. You're halfway. Lengthening from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. Good. Continue to breathe. 2, 1, and roll it on over. Either do standard glute bridge, or we can go into what's called a frog bridge. You're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together. Everything else is the same with the soles of the feet pushing against each other. You do a little bit smaller bridge. You have a little bit smaller range of motion. Set those shoulders back. If you're not sure, you can stick with your regular double-legged bridge. 2, 1. If you haven't started, go ahead now. Once again, just bottoms of the feet together, pulsing the hips up and down. Call it a frog bridge. You kind of think of your legs similar to some frog legs. Should feel kind of some smaller muscles firing a little bit more as you're pushing the bottoms of the feet together. Still keeping that emphasis to lengthen through the low back as you lift those hips up. And 2, 1, and resting there. Great job. Let's return to that double knee to chest, hugging those legs back in. That's the end of set 2. We have 2 more sets. All right, when you're ready, coming back over for the forearms on set 3. This time, instead of rocking the hips side to side, you can pretend that there's a little hurdle for your feet to step over, and you can pick your feet up, walking to one side, and then walking back. So you just take like a little step to one side and a little step back. Getting ready to start. If you haven't, 2, 1, 30 seconds starts now. Movement of the lower body just forces a little bit more stability through the midline. You feel like you're having trouble holding that midline level, and please don't worry about moving your feet around. If you like that challenge, you just keep pulling the belly in as you move the feet. Continue to breathe. 2, 1, and back onto your belly for the swimmers. Starting with the palms up at your sides, chin pulled in. And here we go. Either swimming the arms up and down, or just pushing those palms to the ceiling. Lengthening from the top of the head to the tips of those toes. Very good. 20 seconds left there. Very nice, Diane. Good positioning. Heck yeah, Kathy, that looks great. Squeeze and breathe. Almost there. Nice, Jean. Keep reaching, stretching. 2, 1, and rest. Onto your back. For sets 3 and 4 on the glute bridge, we're going to extend the set out a little bit longer. So you can go single leg bridge if you feel ready for that, and we'll do 30 seconds on each side, or work the double leg for a minute. If you want to join me for the single leg, extend one leg straight up in the air. The other foot, knee is bent, foot is flat, arms at the side. 2, 1, here we go. So we'll practice this for a minute. If you're working the single leg, I'm going to give you the cue when we're at that halfway point, and we'll switch sides. So focusing on those same mechanics, lifting the hips, pushing through, and especially on that single leg, I'm activating my arms a little bit more. So I have my arms out to the sides, pushing down through those back of the arms, forearms, and palms. Help give a little bit more lift. All right, here's halfway on the single leg. Go ahead and switch legs. Bend the opposite knee, extend the opposite leg. Breathing out as you lift those hips up. You don't want to feel like your hip is dropping if you're lifting up on one leg. You want to feel like you can hold those hips level throughout. Good, 5 seconds, maybe 1 or 2 more. Nice smooth pulse. 2, 1, and resting there. Let's take a little happy baby moment. Elbows on the insides of the knees, grabbing the outer aspects of the legs, and a gentle side to side rock here. That is 3 sets. We have 1 more to go. And then our midline will really be ready for our next circuit. All right, friends, 20 seconds till we start the last round. I'll show you our last variation for the forearm plank. It's a walk up. So you go from the forearms, lift up, place the hand down, come all the way to the palms, and then you come back to the forearms and switch arms. Palm down, pushing up, and lowering down. Getting ready for that 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Here it is. It's going to require a little bit more upper body strength. Lifting up, wide handprint if you're choosing to do that walk up, or once again, just focus on your regular forearm plank. Nice work. Staying tight as you push through. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and final set of lying flies. Back to the stomach. Start with those arms at the sides, palms up, squeezing those shoulders back. Here we go, chin in. Option to add those swimmers. Reaching up to overhead, drawing it back and down. This is a fantastic exercise to strengthen not only the low back, but also that mid back. Focus on drawing those shoulders back. Helps to work against that hump position we tend to get in our upper neck and back. Upper back and lower part of the neck. Keep squeezing, keep breathing. 5 more seconds, going just a hair longer on this final set. 2, 1, and roll it on over for that last glute bridge. You felt good with that single leg? This is our final set. Take a full minute here. So as you come onto your back, lift the torso, pull the shoulders back and down, either double leg or you'll have one leg straight up in the air. Here we go. Remember, use the arms as well, having those arms at the side to help your body to brace and lift. Good job. Good, Diane. Nice job, Kathy. Hard to see you, Jean, but you're doing great. 1 more if you're on that single leg, and go ahead and switch. Same thing, other side. 30 seconds left. Good, folks, going to keep those hips level as you lift up. Just over 10 seconds. Keep driving high. So 1 more, up, down, and rest. Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and roll over onto one side. We're going to stretch the quads while we're down here. So you can prop up onto the elbow. Go ahead and bend the knee of that top leg, grabbing the foot, and pull that heel back. Driving the thigh back. Watch the top shoulder too. It tends to roll forward. You can set that shoulder back and down. All right, when you're ready, release that foot, swing it around. Same thing, other direction, or opposite side. Grab that foot, pull the heel back. Very nice. Top shoulder pulled back as well. All right, one more breath here. And release that foot. Let's come on to all fours. We're gonna make our way into down dog, open that mid back, stretch out the calves, and then we'll inchworm our way up to standing. So from all fours, wide handprint, turn those toes under. Float those hips nice and high, rocking forward onto the arms, rocking back, driving those hips up, chin to the chest, and heart towards the thighs. Here between 3 and 5 times there, rock it forward, push it back. We go one more, and then we'll give some love to the calves. Go ahead and pedal out those heels when you're ready. Lower one heel down, and then the other. And if you're already up on your feet, you can also just stretch your calves somewhere, prop your foot up against a door. Are you out of here? All right.
Hi.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Great day. Thanks for joining. Once you've gotten a nice stretch of those calves, slowly inchworm your way up, maintain a nice soft bend in those knees. And we'll just take our time coming up out of that forward fold. One segment at a time, rolling through, standing tall. Awesome. All right, great job. Now we're warming up. Let's go ahead and as you come up to your feet, let's grab a drink of water. After that drink of water, now we're gonna work a little bit of balance, prep those ankles a bit more, couple more stretches, and then we'll be into our last circuit. It's a longer circuit. It's gonna be about 24 minutes of work. So shoulders back and down, long neck. And let's go ahead and roll this ankle around. Focus to keep those hips nice and level. Switch directions of that ankle when you're ready. Very nice. In between legs, not gonna forget this time, rock those hips around, little hip circles. I think it was Monday. It was like, did we do the other side? And change directions. I don't have moose distractions this morning. That always helps. There's not a puppy running around you're trying to keep in the yard. All right, then walk the feet back in. Ankle rolls on that opposite side, shoulders back. Hips level, lift up that other foot. Very good. Y'all make the balance look easy. Switch directions when you're ready. Awesome job. All right, from there, let's keep your left foot forward. Step that right foot back, chest tall. If you're comfortable to come into a lunge position with that front foot firmly planted, just bring that back knee down to the floor. Front shin vertical. Now we're going to stretch down from a lunge. It's going to be very similar to what we do from standing oftentimes. So we're going to shift that back hip forward, lift the chest, and we're going to start with a rotation towards the front legs. You're going to rotate your body, try to look over your left shoulder, all the while squeezing the glute of that trail leg. Unwind out of it. We're going to do that twice more. Keep the arms up, rock the hips back, lift the chest, eyes up, and then a gentle rotation. Good. One more time. Hips back, hips up, chest tall, and looking over that left shoulder. Very good. All right, as you unwind, keep the legs where you are. Shake the arms out for a second. We're going to add the side bend with the tricep stretch. So chin in, still shifting that back hip forward as I bend the elbow, reaching around. And now with that hip shift, I'm going to bend towards that front leg. Ah, fantastic. And coming out of that side bend, rock those hips back, rock the hips forward, lift up. One more time, taking it down to the side. And on this second time, if you want to add a little bit more rotation, like you're trying to look up towards the sky, past that left elbow, breathe, and release from there. Excellent job. Let's go ahead and come out of that lunge, drive into that front heel, come up to standing, and then we'll switch sides. One foot forward, Opposite foot back. Front foot firmly planted, both arms stretching up nice and tall. Control that back knee down as that front foot stays nice and solid. Very good. And just like we start on the other side, hips up, hips forward, and rotations first. Turning the body towards that right side. Squeezing the glute to that left hip. And we do 3 times on this one. Hips back, hips forward, chest tall, and that gentle rotation. Really looking to invite the body to lengthen through those hip flexors up and into your psoas area. Good, one more time. Unwind, hips back, hips forward, lift the chest. Think about kind of pulling that left wrist around, inviting a little bit more rotation. All the while squeezing that glute at the left hip. And release. Relax the arms out. And the tricep stretch next. Ribs down, chin in, reach that your left arm straight up. Bending at the elbow, grab. And we'll go 2 times here. Hips forward, and then a nice long side bend as you're still pulling that elbow back. Breathe. Good, come up out of that side bend. We'll go one more time with the option of the rotation. So hip shift forward, long bend towards the side. And then if you want to think about rotating slightly, trying to peer up past that left elbow. Make sure you keep breathing. And unwind from there. Very good. All right, pull through that front heel. Come on up to standing. All right, we've got a whole little list of exercises here. As I mentioned at the start of class, if you're pretty confident to get in and out of a banded walk is going to be our very first one. It's a monster walk, lateral orientation. You can also do it without the band. It's going to go from the monster walk into a deadlift. So you want to have a dumbbell, kettlebell, water jug, something nearby that you can easily pivot to. It's going to be a double arm deadlift, holding it right between the legs, bowing forward, squeeze the glutes standing tall. So let's go ahead and see everyone do about 5 reps there, practicing that forward bow with that long spine. Just warm up that pattern. Yep, and as you're doing deadlifts, if you can all face sideways, I can give a lot better feedback on your back position. Kathy's putting some bands on. Good. Nice, Jean. Yep. Yeah, you can totally keep your bands on for the deadlift portion. That gives a little extra drive. All right, we're just doing 5 deadlifts, crew. That's what I was just gonna watch your deadlifts. That's why I came up here. Jean's got it. Everyone else is just kind of looking at me like, what are we waiting for? There you go, up and down. Sharon, that band may be a little bit too heavy. If you feel like you can't easily push out against it, you want a lighter band. Yeah. All right, very nice back position. So long spine, up and down. Once you finish that, we'll go ahead and warm up the squats together on the first round. We've got 3 times through. So most of you already have that band on. So if you don't, go ahead and join us. We'll get started here in 15 seconds. And like usual, that first round will be a little bit of a warm up as we move through. All right, so with the band, midline nice and strong, nice little quarter squat. And here we go, 45 seconds. Walking laterally. All depends upon how wide your space is. Maybe you can take 5 steps. Maybe you can take 8 to 10 steps and then bringing it back. I'm not adding any squats in just yet. That's going to be our 4th exercise in the circuit. Make sure you're not arching the back as you move laterally. All right, feeling that glutes fire. That's 30 seconds. We have 15 more. Stepping it out, moving through. Great job. All right, coming into time here in 2, 1, and rest. You're welcome to keep that band on if it's easy for you to be in a good deadlift position. You want that weight to be right between the feet. Nice tall chest, midline neutral. Come on over into position, chin in, and when you're ready, here we go. Squeeze the glutes, standing straight up and down. Knees push out as you bow forward. Breathe and squeeze. Over and down. Wonderful. Chin in, looking down as you bow forward. Squeeze those shoulder blades back, standing tall at the top. Nice. Good, Sharon, really focus hips back before the knees shoot forward. That's better. 30 seconds in, 15 seconds left. It's nice and steady on this first round. If you want to move faster later, you always can. Give that one more, standing tall, controlling down, and there's the 45. All right, let's go ahead and take that band off. Let's slide off the feet, set it to the side. I've got some blood flow next. Step or jump jacks. 45 seconds starts now. We'll be switching it up halfway through. Good. Those eyes up. All right, we're gonna switch it up to some butt kickers, pulling the heels up underneath. So you can march it up or you can jog in place. So you can kind of focus on the back side of the thighs. We often do high knees. You also want to fire the back of the legs a bit more. Good job, 10 seconds left. Arms right at the sides. Excellent. 2, 1, and rest. All right, squats are next. I'm gonna go unweighted on this first round. I'm gonna include that overhead reach, just like the thruster. Set the feet, slight toe out, and 2, 1, here we go. So I'm squat down, hands close to my body, reaching straight up to overhead. Down, knees push wide. Breathe out, reach up tall. Good. So I'm changing up just a little bit. Oftentimes I'll reach straight up as I lower down. I'm pretending I'm holding a weight underneath my chin so I can more smoothly go into that overhead reach. There you go, good, Jean. The hands closer and a nice big stretch up high. To add weight to this on the second and third round, if you choose, 10 seconds. We're gonna go to a Renegade Row next. We're using 1 or 2 dumbbells from a plank position. Go ahead and get ready to rotate. So I'm gonna have 1 dumbbell today. I'm gonna place it down right between my hands. I'll come to that plank position, and it's gonna be that Renegade Row. 2, 1, and join us when you're ready. Elbow nice and high. Just like when we worked that forearm plank in the first series. We don't want the hips down. That's gonna be hard on the low back. So I'd rather see you piked, but ultimately we wanna see you neutral. Hips and shoulders level. Try to squeeze that tush as you switch sides. Help stabilize through the hips. Wonderful. Keep the shoulder down out of the ear. And bringing that dumbbell all the way up and into the side as high as you can row it. About 1 more on each arm. And there's the 45. Coming back up to the feet, we have some lunges next. It's going to be reverse lunges, alternating sides. So as you stand tall, have the feet just in front of the hips, toes pointing forward, and here we go. Reach the arms out, controlling the knee down, pulling through that front foot. Nice. Alternating sides. Prefer not to have the high knee option, so you can move just a little bit more fluid today. Step it back, standing tall, and switch. Sharon, don't worry about the high knee, just standing tall and then stepping it back. There it is. Nice, nice and level. 30 seconds in. The high knee tends to slow it down. So I want to keep it just a little bit more smooth. Get a little bit more touches in. Very nice. And once again, if on round 2 and 3, you want to hold some weight here, that's a great idea also. Last one, and rest from there. All right, we're almost to the end of the circuit. We have the burpees next, the no push-up option. So wide handprint, you're gonna come down to the floor. 2, 1, here we go. From the top of the push-up, step or hop to your feet, little short, straight jump to overhead. Or just squeeze the glutes and stand tall. If it works for you, just do a nice gentle jump. A nice soft landing. Wonderful work. down, up and back. Woo. That's 30 seconds. We have 15 more. All right, 5 seconds, probably your last rep here. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're gonna have a full minute. Here's where you can kind of just keep yourself moving, bounce around, dance to your music. Anything you want to add in, grab a drink. But from 1 minute from now, you want to be ready to go with round 2 on the banded walk. So do what you need to do to recover and be ready to go for the second set. You need to set up any weights or change out any weights. All right, and once you're all ready to go, either dance, do a little bit more midline work. Do our cross crawl patterns here. We'll alternate knee to elbow. All right, 30 seconds till we start set 2. I'm gonna do this for about another 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna put my band on. All right, 15 seconds till we start. Similar to set 1, I'm gonna keep the band on for the banded walk and the deadlifts. All right, getting ready for those lateral walks with the band just above the knees. And when you're ready, here it is. Breathe. Trying to stay in this crouched position the whole time. Keeping those knees in good alignment. Using most of the whole width of your floor. Guess unless you're in like a long hallway or something. Nice. That chest nice and tall. You can either hold the arms right in front of you. You can reach them out to the side. That's 30 seconds. You have 15 more. Woo! Anytime you need a break, just stand it up for a second and then come back in. All right, getting ready to rest in 2, 1. There's the 45. Woohoo! All right, get it in position for your deadlifts. You're gonna have that weight right between the feet, midline neutral, long spine as you bow forward. Ready, begin. Push your feet into the ground, standing straight up and down. It's a bit cumbersome with the band, but it's workable. Little extra activation. Good. Really ensure those shoulders are squeezed back and down. Stay nice and long for that mid-back, Sharon. That's better. It's good, Kathy. Nice, Jean. Remember the head position too, as well. Chin in on the way down. Head tall on the way up. 10 seconds. Good. 1 or 2 more. And time. Nice. Blood flows next. So you want to just bring the feet in, slide that band off the legs. Whew. All right, we're gonna do a lateral shuffle this time. So when you're ready, do like a little side step. Gonna reach down for the ground and side step back. Very nice. You reach down for the ground. So the right hand's reaching for the left foot. Have that right foot step behind. Nice. Right, 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna finish with running high knees for the last 15. Or marching. All right, here we go. Either march or nice and light on the feet. Coordinate the arms with the legs. We have thrusters coming up next. 2, 1, rest there. All right, if you feel like you can use some weight, go ahead and pick up some weight. Light to moderate. We're gonna hold it right underneath the chin or 1 in each hand. Set the feet slight toe out. And here we go. Control into that squat. Drive the hips, pushing straight overhead. Squeeze the glutes. Front of the ribs pulled down and in. Breathe. Feet firmly planted. Also, elbows push up and forward. Those of you holding weights, sometimes if our elbows sink down, our chest drops forward. We're looking to avoid that. That's 30 seconds. 45 can really get you breathing hard with thrusters. Renegade Rose coming up next. Stay focused, 1 or 2 more reps. 2, 1, and get ready for those renegades. So we'll have 1 weight or 2 weights. Feet a little bit wider than you would for a push-up. Ready, begin. One hand grabs the weight, rowing that elbow nice and high. Whenever we're coming onto that one hand support, it's more key than ever to grip the ground, spread that hand out, help your wrist out, take some of that load off that joint by using all those little muscles of your hand. Good job. Keep fire in the backside. Help keep those hips as level as you can. Looks great. Over 30 in. Coming back up to our feet for lunges next. Let's get 1 more row. 2, 1, and make your way up to standing. You feel strong in your lunges, and you can confidently bring your knee all the way to the floor. You want to hold some weight this time. You want to pick up a little bit of weight. Eyes up, and here we are. Stepping far enough back that the front shin stays vertical. Full front foot stays planted. Propelling up and forward. Standing tall. Nice. Breathing. So our second to last exercise before the burpees are next. And then we have that dancing transition minute. 30 seconds done. Woo. All right, and 2, 1, and rest. Getting ready for the burpees. As soon as you're ready to go, you can start. Otherwise, 5 more seconds till the official 45. And here's that 45 seconds starting now. Woo! If you are jumping up to the feet, you want to think about trying to float. Hips come as high as you can. And ideally, I want you to get all the way into that flat foot before coming up to standing. Sometimes we see people come up onto their toes. Knees are all driving forward. It's going to put more pressure on that knee joint. So see it as like the bottom of a squat. Feet planted, chest tall. That's 30 seconds. As you come back in that push-up, watch those hips don't drop down. And there's our time. Woo! All right, we'll take 1 minute. We'll be into our last set. So you can grab a drink, keep your body moving. You want to join me for the cross crawl? We'll go behind the body this time. Nice. Woo. Whoop. Down the divot. 30 seconds till we start set 3. It'll be our third and final round. All right. 15 seconds. If you don't have your band on, let's go ahead and grab that. Make sure you have all the weights around that you want for this final set. Just above those knees, driving those knees wide. Here it is, final monster walks, working laterally. Draw those shoulders back to help keep that chest up. Really want to emphasize that upright posture. First 15 seconds, breathing through. Woo. Nice. Try to maintain that little quarter squat position throughout. You take a break, stand it up, come on back down. You have 15 seconds left We're going to keep that band on if you're able for the deadlift portion. All right, in 5 seconds, 2, 1, and rest for a moment there. Making your way over to the weight for your deadlifts. Setting up so they're right between the feet. Shoulders back, midline neutral. Bowing down and forward. 45 seconds starts now. Squeeze the booty. Lengthening. Good job. Just like we talk about on those lying flies, trying to be as tall as you can from your feet to your head. You want to think about that same concept here. We want to stand as tall as possible and not just sink back as we stand up. Squeeze and lift. Very nice. And then keeping that length as you bow forward. Sending those hips back. Over 30 seconds done, 10 seconds left. Pulling those shoulders back and down. Let's go one more, everything strong. And on the way down, keep those mechanics. Rest. Band comes off the legs. Getting ready for our blood flow next. We're gonna do the grapevine, also known as the Carioca to start. When you have that band and your floor space clear, here we go. Cross in front, cross behind, and you can reach down for the ground, that little skier step. 1 foot steps behind, reaching out. Wonderful. Whew. Nice work. Working on a little bit of endurance today, a little bit longer session. Release the circuit. That's 30 seconds. For the final 15, let's go a little march and punch here. Go, we have squats coming up next with that thruster. If you want a little bit more rest, take it now. All right. Woo. You're gonna use some weights for the squats and thrusters. Go ahead and pick it up. Come back to the center. Set the feet and begin. Now here you can go nice and slow, nice and steady. Or if you're like, hey, it's the last round, I'm feeling strong today. Then turn up that tempo a little bit. Driving up, pulling yourself back down with control. Keeping that breathing high. Wonderful. Now on the squats, with the eyes up throughout, looking straight ahead. Chin stays in as you push high. Good job, 10 seconds. One more. And rest. Renegade Rose. Come on down. Whew. Wide handprint as you come into position. Feet outside the hips. Here we go. Belly button pulled in throughout. No rocking those hips forward. No tension in the low back. You feel like you're having a pinching feeling in the low back, come down to the knees. Shorten that lever a little bit. Nice job. 20 seconds. Around me. One more on each arm. 2, 1, and coming back up for lunges. Woo! With or without weights. Eyes up. And when you're ready, here we go. You're feeling a little bit more tired. If you're pushing those thrusters, you need to slow it down in the lunges to have the mechanics. Make sure you don't fall into that ego of it saying, just go faster. But all you are quite sensible. Nice. 20 seconds left. We're gonna go right into those burpees as soon as we clear our mat. Your last exercise before our cool down. 10 seconds on the lunges. And 2, 1, and transition. Burpees. We're gonna have almost a full minute. Our last exercise before our cool down. Similar thing, you can pace it out or push your effort. Stepping or hopping. Really nice, crew, great mechanics. That's 30 seconds done of that minute. 30 seconds left. Woo! Working off that pumpkin pie. I know I've had more than I need this past week. 10 seconds. Last one, everyone. And time. Woo! Great job. Virtual high fives. Walk it out, let's grab a drink. We'll do a little bit of that cross crawl to kind of catch our breaths before we stretch. All right, just take about 30 seconds here. A little bit of our knee to elbow. Trying to bring the heart rate down a bit as you're moving. It's good to practice a bit of balance work once you've gotten tired. Especially for this group that makes those balance exercises at the start look easy. If you were not quite secure in your balance, I don't recommend it. Let's get about one more on each side. And take a rest. All right, great job. Similar to that stretch we did from the lunge, we're gonna do it from standing this time. Our stagger stance and the tricep stretch. So step one foot back. The foot that's back is the arm you're gonna reach up. Draw the chin in as you bend the elbow. And I wanna get the hip shift, eyes and chest up. And it's gonna be the side bend. Breathe. Slight pivot as you peer past that elbow. Good, and release from there. Take note of which leg you have back. In between sides to our forward fold. Hands to the thighs, bend in the knees, chin to the chest, sliding down the legs. You feel comfortable, so you can just cross the arms over one another. Pull the chin into the chest and just let the head be heavy. On that next inhale, we'll go ahead and come back up. And then we'll switch sides, that tricep stretch. So opposite leg step, step back, ribs down, arm up. Squeeze that glute as you bend that elbow. Shifting the hip forward and then bending to the side. A nice gentle rotation, peering up past that elbow. Squeeze that glute to the trail leg. And release when you're ready. Great job. Stepping that back foot forward. Let's stay on our feet for one more. Come into that standing quad stretch this time. Get it side lying earlier on. Very good. Shoulders back, chest tall. We're not going to add the forward fold today. Just stay nice and tall with this quad stretch. Working that balance. 2, 1. Take note of which leg you're holding in between inner thigh stretch. So wide base stance, bend into those knees, and now we'll go into that little side lunge. Feet are planted, shoulders back and down. Up to center, second side, first time. We're gonna do twice on each side. Up and across. Up and back. Second time, second side now. Ooh. Awesome job. When you finish that out, walk the feet in, and then we go quad stretch on the opposite side. Uh-oh, questioning myself. I think I did that one already. It'll all work out. I told you all to remember and then I didn't. If you're unsure if this is the leg you're already stretching, you can switch it up, go to the other side. Otherwise, make your way down to the mat. We're gonna go down dog, pigeon, seated twist to finish. So those of you that might know that flow. All right, so down dog first. I'm just gonna clear some space real quick. Nice wide handprint, walk those feet back. So I'll start with down dog, rocking forward, rocking back, stretching those heels back out. And then let's start with the left leg. I'm gonna be doing the same side, so I may look a little bit opposite. We're gonna extend that leg up and back, point the toes, squeeze the glute, and then glide that leg forward. Square your hips and shoulders best you can. Shoulders back and down. Very nice. And all depending on your comfort with pigeon. You can stay tall here. If you want to sink a little bit deeper, you can come on down to the forearms. Draw that chin in. We're going to spend another 15 seconds here. You don't want it to be super intense. So if you're like, oh, this is painful, come out of it a little bit. Otherwise, 5 more seconds. And from here, we're going to sit onto your left hip, sit on down, and you're going to swing that right leg around for a seated twist. Sit up on the sit bones, long spine as you hug that leg in. You can take your right hand back behind you, crawl those fingers around, and you can work that left arm best as able outside of that thigh, or just keep hugging it in. Turn the head to look over that right shoulder. We're going to go 2 more breaths here. When you're ready, gradually unwind. When we go back into the down dog, now it's going to be the right leg that's going to extend up and back. So place those hands underneath the shoulders, nice wide handprint, turn the toes under, hips high as we pulse forward and back. I'm going to make sure we give the calves some love before we finish out. So pedal out those heels. Lengthen that lower calf, lower part of the back of the leg. And then when you're ready, right leg this time, point the toes, extend the hips, squeeze the glute, and then glide it forward. Shins right to the shoulders. Shoulders back and down. And breathe. Once again, if you want to bring it down under the forearms, you can. Really making a point to just calm the breathing, calm your nervous system. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time. And when you're ready, coming onto your right hip this time and bringing that back leg, should be your left leg around for a seated twist on this side. Chest nice and tall, hug that leg in. And now it's going to be the left hand that reaches around. Draw behind you. Draw that chin in to stay as long as you can through the spine. As you turn the head and turn the eyes as well as you're looking over that left shoulder. On the inhale, think about trying to lengthen the spine. On the exhale, hold that length as you see if your body wants to pivot a hair more. And when you're ready, go ahead and untwist. And let's just take it right on to the back, hugging those legs in. Rolling yourself on back. Just a little low back love here. Double knee to chest. We're at our hour, so if anyone needs to run, by all means. Otherwise, we'll just kind of loosen up that low back together. After that 2-knee twist or double knee to chest, we'll go into our 2-knee twist. Turn the head, look over the opposite shoulder. Ah, very good. And then last one, a little happy baby. Elbows on the insides of the knees, grabbing the feet, driving those inner thighs wide. Relax those eyes closed. Fantastic. And then from there, just take a moment, extend those legs straight out in front of you. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Pull the shoulders back and down. Rest the arms to the sides. Readjust your neck as needed, lifting the head, draw the chin in. We'll just spend a moment there together, breathing through. Best thing is just not to hurry out of that position. Take as long as you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and sign us off, getting ready for the next group. Thanks for being here with me today. We'll be back in Colorado next week. Stay hydrated and enjoy the day.